Hi everyone, I'm Josh if you're new to the channel, and that's my wife closing the gate. And this is our 3-day spontaneous trip to Pisa with the kids. And I'm going to tell you the honest truth about how fucking stressful it was.
Rain.
I was wondering if I should take my stuff, but
Do we have to all go?
No, I can go and check in if you like.
But I'll get into that later in the video. Let me start with the parking. We parked at Maple Parking at Stansted. This was a last minute thing, so we tried to make it low cost, low stress. And the biggest anxiety for us was that none of our kids have ever flown before. I know, poor kids. But between being too busy, not having the money, and not actually sorting their passports out, that was why we never managed to get away. So with their spread ages of 5, 10 and 13, I was certain the odds were not in our favour and one of them would not like the flight. I was wrong. The flights were perfect. Now obviously Ryanair being Ryanair, completely budget airline, that was the reason we ended up in Pisa, because they were the cheapest flights at the time. And it was dirt cheap, less than 30 quid each, until you add on seats together and that sort of thing. Top tip, download Flight Radar, because Teddy loved watching himself on the runway. Him and Mila were just so excited, and I don't really think that Jaden noticed or even took off, to be honest. Obviously we just made sure they had loads of sweets and their tablets and phones and whatever else, and I think it wasn't that long a flight, to be honest, 2.5 hours, something like that, so they don't need too much to keep them entertained. To be honest, he had the best idea here. And as for our 10-year-old, well, he's just high on life. As a child, some 20 odd years ago, I always remember being able to look in the cockpit when the plane was actually flying, but I don't think they do that anymore, so they still got a little look at the end of the flight. We booked this beautiful little Airbnb, just a 30-minute walk from the airport, so the idea was no taxis, no buses, we can just take a leisurely stroll there. How wrong was I? Just found what I came here for. The 30-minute walk felt like it took hours, and obviously it was hot. And to be fair to the kids, we did start at 2 AM. Me and Marcella were already tired and miserable before the holiday even started, so...
Oh, here it is, 41.
Yeah, couldn't blame the kids for all of it.
We're staying in here.
Once we found our Airbnb, we just went and had a look around, dropped the bags off so that we could go out and explore, because we got there at about 11 AM.
Who is it, do you know? Galileo Galilei. Anyone learn about him in school?
no.
We didn't actually film any of the horrible bits, because honestly, by the time we got off the plane, me and Marcella were ready to just pack the cameras away and go home. I know it sounds awful, it sounds really awful, but...
When you get even older and you don't want to know us anymore, these are nice videos to have.
But the kids had just been non-stop arguing, and when you go so far out of your way to make things like this happen for them, and all you get in return is, I'm hungry, I'm hot, I'm bored, you do just wish you'd never bothered. But that's parenting, I know that. If you're a parent, you'll relate. But anyway, Pisa itself, absolutely stunning. Such an amazing place to come. Me and Marcella would love to go there again. Apart from being able to experience the culture and a bit of scenery, it's not the best place for young kids. I think if we all travelled around a lot more of the time, then it wouldn't have been such a big overwhelm for them. But because the first time flying and all that experience, the early morning get up, oh yeah, this is just me and Marcella being absolute cliche. Even though this was a 3-day trip, we only really got footage for the day we went and the day we came home, because to be honest, on the middle day we just let the kids do what they wanted to do in the villa. And I know it sounds a bit rubbish because we just let them go on their iPads and whatever, but we needed it, and I think they just needed to settle in.
We're back at the Leaning Tower of Pisa, aren't we?
Yeah.
Look, over there. And it's gonna fall over. We tried to push it up like everybody else is, but it just don't seem to be working. What did you just have for lunch? Or dinner, actually?
Dinner.
What was it?
Pizza, but it was very big.
It was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. And what did you want as soon as you came out of there?
The ball.
No, I mean what for afters?
Ice cream.
Oh yeah. It looks like they put the scaffolding on the wrong building, to be honest.
It looks so much.
Should really be on the leaning one. We spent quite a bit of time around the Leaning Tower of Pisa because although quite touristy, it is just beautiful and there's so many different buildings to look at. And to be honest, the kids were quite happy because they just had loads of grass to run around and play on, apart from getting asked to have a picture every 5 minutes. We noticed how everything just feels safe. There was quite a lot of police everywhere. Oh, and aprons with cocks on.
Alright?
It's the Willy Willy.
I mean, what can I say? She's right. Oh, and one thing that's definitely worth knowing if you're going to travel all the way out to Italy is that if your kid is under 8-year-old, they will not let him up the tower. Better than being at school, Mila.
Way better.
Way better.
Mila, what are we going to get now?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Well, you hope so. It's getting late. It's gone 8 o'clock.
What?
It's gone 8 o'clock, but I reckon we'll find somewhere. Mummy's in the lead though, on the sat-nav, so, you know, we might never make it. Is this the gelato of choice? Get off your phone. You're having an ice cream.
We had to do quite a bit of searching for somewhere that sold ice cream that was safe for someone with a peanut allergy, because that's Jaden. And we got some frozen ice lollies to take back to the villa too. Our Airbnb was called Galileo's Home in the centre of Pisa, and it can sleep up to 5 people. It was genuinely a lovely, well thought out space. Me and Marcella had a double bed on the mezzanine, and then the kids slept underneath on 3 single beds. It had air conditioning and it was just perfect really. The total for the 3-night stay was 270 quid, so we thought it was pretty good. And before we even had a chance to sit down, it was time to go home. You know, like towards the end of your holiday when you feel like you've finally started to relax, then you've got to go home. We weren't flying home till about 7 PM that evening, so needed to find somewhere to drop the bags for the day. A quick Google search and I found this app called Radical Storage, and it basically gives you a map view of trusted shops where you can go and drop your baggage. So it basically cost us 19 euros to store 5 bags for the day, but oh my god, it was worth it. I didn't already mention, but obviously we weren't going to be checking in suitcases when it was just 2 nights, so we had 1 backpack each. But you know, when you're carrying around your child's because they don't want to carry it, it can get pretty heavy when you're carrying 2. Marcella came up with quite a nice idea, which was just to take some pencils and paper and all just sit down and draw the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I managed about 2 minutes and got bored.
Oh, that one's.
Trying to keep their tummies full, we had a little walk around some shops and it was mostly just, you know, touristy tat. But one kind lady took a shine to the kids and gave them all a free lolly. I was a little bit upset that she didn't offer me one. We'd done a lot of walking around on the last day, just trying to fill the time really and see as much as we could. But unfortunately it wasn't long until we had to pick up the bags again. But the good news is, no, there's no good news. She didn't want to carry it again. But the positives, it is beautiful. Everyone is happy. Everyone is friendly. It's so scenic and there's just so much to see.
Mila,
Yeah.
how are you finding carrying your backpack?
Not easy.
You're not even carrying it though, Daddy's carrying it. You want to carry it? Nah.
After the kiddies had spent a little bit more pocket money, we decided to have a little sit down in the street and have a drink. Plus, this was the ideal time to check in for our Ryanair flights, because that's what organised people would do. This was the train station, which was going to take us the rest of the way to the airport. And for the 20 odd euros or whatever it cost, it was worth it for the piece. And it was obviously just another little experience for the kids.
Don't shut on me, no. Whoa, I got pinned.
Yep, the barrier's actually closed on me and trapped my bag.
I'm not filming this bit, it gets chaotic.
And I was right. Things just got worse. Pisa airport is pretty small, so it was quite busy. This next clip makes me laugh though. The kids, ultimate peace. We're not the type of parents that just chuck them on screens all the time, but this was welcome. So you know I said earlier about checking in for your Ryanair flight? Well, turns out if you don't do it in time, it's 300 quid to check in the airport. Guess what happened to us? The cheap trip that we were trying to have pretty much doubled. And there was nothing I could do about it. And there was nothing worse than being stuck in an airport knowing that the only way you're going home is if you part with that money. But it's alright though, because there was icing to this cake. The flight was delayed by 2 hours. Would I do it again though? Yeah, of course we would. As parents, you just have to be in the right headspace at the right time. And that is difficult, especially when there's so much going on in life. By the time we'd landed, we were due to get home about 1 in the morning, so the kids were going to be pretty tired as they were going to school the next day. But from here on out, it was quite straightforward. Maple Parking gave us the bay that we had to go to catch the bus back to the car park. And then once we got back there, we just handed over our little card. They gave us the key, and that was the end of that. If you got this far, it's probably because you can relate. So sorry for moaning, but thanks for watching.